Previously on the Polymorph Self. Oh, it's me, Hjani. Something sarcastic and disinterested.
Oh, hi, it's me, Seyda. I'm gonna hit something with me sword.
Yeah, bro, it's me, Billicus. Hang 10 and chill. Alright, guys, it's me, Bjorn. I'm here to tell you what happened last time on this, on our adventures as a crack team. We slayed a troll. We healed as Thrifter. I burned a bone sculpture, and we found sweet, sweet booty. We also discovered that those white orbs we've been carrying are in fact dragon's eggs. After discovering that shocking news, we delved deeper into the jungle. We found an ominous entrance carved into a cliffside or something, and we entered and found out it was full of traps. One of these traps contained a special surprise, a dead man with a fedora. Call back to one of the previous episodes. Go back and listen to all of them. Cue the music.
Okay, you walk up and you place the torch into the hole. It passes through easily and comes out again, but when it goes in there, not only do you not see past the point, but the light, you go into darkness for a moment, you know, and when you pull it out again, it's light again, yeah.
What the fuck?
Who wants to put their hand in there?
What strange magic is this? Call the dog.
Billicus.
I don't want to send the dog through on his own.
Alright, fine.
Put your head through.
What else is in this room? It's just this carving.
It widened into a kind of like half circle, which comes to a dead end, and there's just this huge carving on the wall. You don't see anything else here.
And we're going to have to crawl through that, right? Because it's 3 feet?
3 foot. You'd have to just kind of like step your foot through and stoop, essentially. You'd have to stoop and step through.
Well,
do we have anything we can throw through, see if we can hear anything on the other side?
well, this is, there's ground, right? We have ground. Is there a little loose rock somewhere?
No, it's these perfectly crafted interlinking flagstones of the kind that Bjorn had previously investigated and found a trap on.
I throw a copper piece through there, see if I can hear anything.
Okay.
Make a wish.
What did you wish for?
I wished for...
Wait, is this going to be out loud or in your mind?
In my mind, because if it comes true, then it won't come true.
So nobody else can react to this, really, as a character, unfortunately. What did you, in your mind, wish for?
I really wish for my own puppy. Like, I really like the wolf, and I want a pet.
You throw the copper piece through. It disappears through the darkness, and almost immediately you hear it sort of bounce and rattle, then roll across some stone flagstones. But you don't see that.
All right, I crawl through.
Yeah.
Okay, you kind of stoop, put one leg through, stoop under, and let's do Bjorn first. You appear into a massive open hall. It's about 50 foot wide, 100 foot down, and on the walls either side are like a row of columns holding the
And it's lit?
ceiling up. This is the thing. It is lit, but you don't know how. You can't see any burning torches. It seems to be dimly lit from an unseen source. At the far end of the hall, you got this sort of like, columns flanking you, going down. Big open area, it's still all the flagstones. At the far end, you can see just about a plinth, like a kind of stand. And on it is some sort of object which has been covered over with like a black piece of velvet cloth that drapes completely over it at the far end of the hall. That's what Bjorn sees. You haven't made any noises yet. As far as the others know, he just went through this dark hole and is on the other side. You assume you can't see anything.
Well, I look behind me to make sure that I didn't just come through like a sheer brick wall or anything like that. There's a hole behind me.
Behind you, it's a blank wall, but there's the same hole with the darkness on it.
What do you see?
I come back through to tell them about everything I just saw in this room.
Go for it then.
Very long room, pillars on either side. It's lit, so we can see, so douse that torch. And on the other end, there's a plinth covered in a black velvet shroud.
I wonder if that's the mind gemma.
The what?
The mind gemma.
The what?
The mind gemma.
One more time?
Anyways, okay, I walk through the little hole too.
Okay, Hjani, you step through and you see this wide, long underground hall flanked with
I told
rows
her.
of columns. That's what Hjani sees.
Yeah.
I told you.
It's everything you said it would be.
Do you
And
see
then
my
I
gold
walk in
piece?
and more.
Okay, Seyda.
Do you see my copper piece?
Oh yeah, it's right here on the floor.
I step in and go rescue my copper piece.
Billicus.
I just go ahead and go through.
You're all at the near end of a 100-foot long or more, just a long hallway. It's underground. Ceiling's quite high, flanked by rows of columns. By the way, between the columns and the walls is about a 2-foot shadowy gap as well.
All right, well, that's where I go.
Bjorn, are there any more
Left
traps?
or right?
Left.
Okay, and sorry, Hjani.
Sorry, traps? Do you think there's traps here?
I don't know. Keep it down.
Okay, so Bjorn goes off to the
Left.
the left side over to the pillars. Seyda, what's your action?
Oh dear. My action is I'm discombobulated for a second.
Okay, Billicus, what's your action?
I'm going to go and check out the right.
You go to the right side. Okay, Hjani.
I stand and watch.
You stand watch. Seyda sort of just looks discombobulated. Start with Bjorn, you go off to the left side. So you go directly left to the first pillar.
Yes.
And that you see the walls here are sort of carved with a kind of checker pattern. Like they've been decorated. They might have once been painted white and black, but it's all kind of like faded. But you can sort of see it's got a sort of pattern on it. It doesn't look like a flat wall. It's a little bit weird, like it was like those optical illusions where they're painted in black and white checkers, but because of the perspective, it looks warped or weird. It's at some point been painted like that, but it's kind of a faded, slightly less confusing version now.
Okay.
Are we at a carnival?
I want to stay in between the pillar and the wall as we proceed down this room.
Okay, Billicus, on the other side, you see much the same thing. At one point, the walls were painted with a black and white checkered mural that must have sort of been weird and perspective distorting or distracting, but now it's kind of almost faded so that you can only see if you're up close to it. So you're by the wall now.
I'm going to go up close to it and see what it is.
Okay, what's your search check?
Nothing. So it's just
Roll a
intelligence, right?
DC 20 search check.
12.
Plus 0. Okay, so you get up close, you search around, and it just appears to be a regular old wall that at one point was had this mural painted on it. Oh, you do notice that it's not just that it was painted in squares. The outlines of the squares were kind of carved in, if you know what I mean. That's kind of...
Yeah.
And by the way, quick sort of now and again meta comment. If there wasn't anything there to find and you did it, I would just not say either way. Mm-hmm. So because you didn't find something I made you roll doesn't mean there necessarily is something there, right? I play it cool in these situations. Keep you surprised.
Ooh.
Okay, so in that case, you're doing the wall. Bjorn is making his way.
Yeah, I'm
Down
going
the side.
down the length of the room.
Okay, Hjani?
I'll go down the length of the room as well, but I guess in the middle area.
Okay, Seyda.
I follow Hjani.
So you walk along the room, Bjorn, in the shadows. Although it's pretty light in here. It must be a magical source. You can't see any source. Mm-hmm. When you get about halfway down, you've got who's going down the middle? Hjani and Seyda, right?
Yep.
Let's just make you both roll an initiative check just to see randomly who was in front of the other.
My initiative is a +5, so 19. I rolled a 14, so 19.
Okay, Seyda.
I have +7. I rolled a 16 plus 7 is 23.
Okay, so when you both made the decision, Seyda was a bit quicker off the mark and ahead. And about halfway down, one of the flagstones you step on depresses and makes a click. And what's your reflex save?
+6.
So from somewhere beyond the plinth on the far wall, you hear two very fast sort of air pressure releasing sounds. And you're going to have to make 2 DC 20 reflex saves. So what's the first one?
The first one is 14 plus 6 is 20.
Okay, and what's the next one?
Next one is 12 plus 6 is 18.
Okay, you hear and something whistles past your head. You don't know what that was. And then before you have a chance to not be discombobulated, you have a crossbow bolt sticking out of you
Oh, nice.
Ouch.
for 1d6 plus 1 damage. It's a 3, so 4 points of damage. It sort of, you think it's sticking in you, but it's sort of half in your armor and half in you.
I hope that wasn't poisonous.
Hjani, you also stepped on during your walk,
Oh, okay.
stepped on one, but you see it coming now. You had a split second where you saw what happened, And as 2 shoot for you, I'm going to give you another +2 on whatever your reflex save is.
Okay, my reflex save is a 6. So
20 or above to avoid.
So it's 6 plus 2. Was it?
8, yeah, plus 8 altogether.
Okay, plus 8. Natural 1.
Okay, and what's the second roll?
5.
Okay, you see, here's what happened. You're walking up the middle, and Billicus and Bjorn see this from the sides. Seyda steps on one of the trap plates. She instinctively twists and lets the first one go by, but then the other one gets your shoulder. Hjani sees that and makes to sidestep and dodge, which then makes her step on another trapped plate, and 2 crossbow bolts just then hit you as you are flat-footed.
Ouch.
So the first one is 1 + 1 is 2. It just sort of scratches you. Second one is 5 + 1 is 6. You take 8 points of damage as 1 scratches you and 1 sticks in you.
Ouch.
And you all stop and don't move, and that's what's happening right now. Bjorn, you see it from the sides. Yeah, and you notice that, there's obviously somewhere it's shooting from at the far end.
I immediately start searching the wall.
Yeah, I was going to add, which is, by the way, why you didn't find anything on the walls. They came from the far wall towards you.
Thanks for trap sensing.
You should have that skill. I'm just gonna search the wall and see if that is a legend for which tiles to step on. If it actually has any meaning or correlation.
Well, you've seen one, and now you've seen a couple more, right? So we're going to make another one of those search rolls for you of DC 20. If you are successful, you kind of figure out the system as you have just explained, right? So so you got +9, was it?
Yep.
Okay, make the roll.
6 plus 9.
6 + 9 is 15. And
Okay.
that's not enough.
From where you are, you have a look around, but you can't quite figure out exactly if there's a pattern to which they are. You can't see any indicators right now. So that Hjani and Seyda are in the middle, and you've got no advice to give, unfortunately. Billicus, what are you doing during all of this time? You're still at the near end, but right against the side, behind one of the pillars.
I think I'm gonna head back towards the middle.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not seeing anything here. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're still by the entrance.
Yeah, then I'm gonna go up towards the middle. Then I'm not gonna walk on anything. I'm just gonna wait and see how this.
Okay, so you hang out middle, but back by the end. Okay,
Yeah.
so Billicus hangs out still at the entrance, which means Bjorn's the only one. Bjorn is the only one who is not talking to his other players right now. You're at the opposite end of the hall. You make it, so now you can clearly see this plinth, a sort of object which appears to be, I don't know, a bit bigger than head size, but it's got this material draped over it. And behind the plinth, you can see a series of sort of bolt holes in the stonework where these traps are coming from. But again, you didn't figure out what to stand on or not. Okay.
I'm still carrying my Staff of Healing. I'm going to take my Staff of Healing and I'm going to use it to reach out and hit the 2 flags in front of me.
Okay,
See if
awesome.
that does anything.
Let me make a roll. Okay. You reach out directly in front of you and prod one of the flags. You're a success. You find another trapped flag. You push it down and you hear, please make 2 more reflex saves against DC 20. What was your reflex save number?
6.
Okay.
20.
Okay.
Natural 20.
And what's the second one?
3. Natural 3.
Okay, you bend down to push with the staff and put a bit of weight on it. You trigger the trap without moving or doing any other action. You bend down, the first crossbow bolt flies over your head. You stand up as if to say, what was that? And the second one hits you for 5 + 1, 6 points of damage as you get stuck by another sort of, when I say crossbow bolt, they're like shorter than arrows and squat, but they're a little primitive.
Was that 6 or 5?
6 altogether, yeah. You guys all watch this.
This is really painful.
Yeah.
All right. I take out the tapestry that I've had on me the whole time and start tearing it into strips.
You do that.
Oh, what a waste of a good tapestry.
I start stuffing these strips into the bolt holes that I see.
Okay, you find 2 rows of 4 bolt holes. You plug them. Bjorn has plugged the holes that he found where the bolts are shooting from successfully. So you appear to be safe for now, and Bjorn is standing next to the plinth with the piece of sort of large piece of velvet covering the item.
Billicus,
Yo.
can you still heal me?
I can.
Because I'm down to 19 out of 53.
Down to 19 out of 53. I have 24 total. So, doesn't seem too bad to me.
I'm the tank. I'm the one who gets hit by trolls.
Yeah, I got one spell left, so...
Okay, Bjorn, what do you do? You're right there. Hjani, would you like to walk on now?
Yeah, I'll walk on.
I'm going to see how this plays out and see who needs it.
Okay, Hjani walks on, and no matter where she stands, apparently the bolted holes have done the trick.
Apparently.
Oh, good job.
For now. So now you are both in front of the plinth.
Ooh, okay. I reach out and touch there's a cloth, right?
Yeah, over some kind of bit larger than head-sized object.
I gingerly touch the cloth, rip it off, and then step back.
You whip the cloth off, and what you see on the plinth, under the cloth, looking at you, is a silver, full-head helmet, which appears to be a mix of an animal and the distorted visage of a person's face. You immediately recognize it as an anti-theophanite helmet, but it's clearly very, very old. Kind of like that one you found the first time. It's clearly like an artifact and hasn't been used for 100 years or more.
What's the animal?
Appears to be what looks like some kind of like fox.
Oh, this would go really well with my pig mask.
Billicus, do you have a sense magic or anything like that? As a cantrip, maybe?
Detect magic, yeah.
Okay, well, you're at the other end of this long hall right now, but, you have this new mask, too. Let's call it the fox mask, but it more looks like a weird, distorted version of a human's face.
Okay. Billicus, why don't you come on over?
I gingerly walk over there. I assume it's safe, but I'm still kind of...
You gingerly walk over there, and no traps go off.
Oh, cool. Now I start stomping.
Okay, at one point you stomp on a movable one, you hear a muffled thing, and all you see is an arrow doesn't shoot out, but one of your bolts of old tapestry jammed in there sort of bulges and then drops out. Yeah.
I duck.
Oh, no arrows shoot out.
I still duck.
Okay, you duck. Okay, you have arrived at the plinth. They are holding another anti-theophanite helmet, but a rather ancient-looking one.
All right, I'm casting Detect Magic. I cast Detect Magic.
It glows up red in your vision. It does appear to have some form of magical property. Much the same thing as you got off your pig helmet.
Oh, same thing.
Appears, but Detect Magic tells you if it is magical or not, but not exactly what that might be.
Would that be my Arcana? Can I use that to see if I can figure out what it is?
No, because these anti-theophanite helmets are new to all of you and not recorded in your trainings or history. So that's what this object's mind gemma turns out to be. Turns out to be an anti-theophanite helmet that has been around ages and found by whoever built this. As you know, the anti-theophanites themselves who tried to come and find the mind gemma didn't make it. You found the last one down a pit, so they obviously didn't know that's what it was either. But so that's what you've just found in this temple. A second anti-theophanite helmet referred to in some explorer's notes as a mind jammer. That's what he'd heard it called.
Huh.
And you now have to.
Yeah, Billicus, put it on.
Sure. I put it on.
Okay, so this one hasn't been worn for it seems like over 100 years, and the furry, soft inside is just so moldy. It's just like slime, essentially.
It's gross.
It's like really rancid slime. This has happened before you joined the party to another cast member.
I've had so much gross shit on my face.
But this is literally 20 times worse than the last time.
Oh my God.
This is like 100-year-old pungent mold slime, and the head sweat of whoever used this. Plus 100 years or more. So as you put it onto your head, it goes on very slick because it's kind of greased in a way. And it just sort of smears its way into all your pores, your ears, your eyes, your nose, and you just immediately start barfing. Here's the problem. You barf while you're wearing the helmet, but we're going to give you a fortitude check. DC 25. What's your fortitude skill?
5.
So only a natural 20 can prevent a rather interesting looking scene. Go for it. You immediately throw up in the helmet, but while it's nice and snugly fitted on. So what happens is you throw up, it backfires, it comes out of your nose, it chokes up and drips out your nose. It sort of goes between the lining of the helmet and your face. To you guys, you see puke leaking out of his sort of chin and eye holes of the helmet, and you're just gagging on it. That's what's happening to you right now.
I try and take this thing off as quickly as possible.
Right, it slips right off there. You see Billicus's face is just like streaked with grease, slime, mold, and puke. He's got one of those little carrot pieces stuck up one nostril, and you're sort of basically retching and spitting out the rest of your vomit.
And rodent from earlier.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you bring back up the rodent, unfortunately. It was pretty good at the time.
It was good.
What does Bjorn say?
So did it jam your mind?
Jammed my esophagus with vomit.
Maybe that's what they mean.
I guess we'll just keep the helmet and see what happens. Shall we go back through the halls?
Sure.
Is there anything else there, or is that it?
Would anyone like to look? State in action. Seyda, this is a good time for you to do something.
Terrified of bolts. Okay, I gingerly pick my way over and I examine the altar, see if there's anything else on there.
Okay, you do not find anything else there, but just in case, would you like to make a search check too?
I guess so. I don't have anything in my search, but it's intelligence.
Yeah.
So it's a +1.
Okay, so make a DC 15 search check.
That's 10 +1.
Yeah, you don't find anything, and just to confirm, there are no other visible doors or exits from this hall save the one you came from.
What was this room built for?
For this nasty-ass helmet, I guess. All right, before
And bolts.
Yeah, and bolts.
Are you keeping the nasty-ass helmet?
I am.
Yeah, you're carrying
I'm
it,
going
right?
to carry it, and I'm going to call it Michael Bolton.
Not Michael J. Fox face?
That's good, too.
Oh, so many Michael choices.
I was just going for Fox.
It's up to you guys. Choose a name. Write it down anyway.
Yeah, write down
I wrote down-
that you got that thing.
I wrote down gross fox mask.
Okay. I was hoping we would run into a Cthulhu guy.
I like this.
I like that. That's a good one. Let it be known that Robyn has drawn a Cthulhu guy that looks like he could go on the top
is
of the
what
Christmas
mine
tree.
looks like.
Oh, I guess it's cuter.
Oh. DM, audio note, DM looks at several sketches of the statues they've just seen, and they look quite cute and adorable.
Mm-hmm.
I named them Harry, so you can call him Harry. Calamari. All right.
Yeah, that's a squid reference. I got that one. I'm a bit slow on the uptake usually, but I liked it. Oh, from down the other end of the hall, through the portal and down the other end of the corridor, when you make that squid joke, just like far away, you just about hear Estripta go. Good one. Okay, what's
Glad they
next?
can hear me through the black hole. All right, yeah.
He's
let's
got
head back.
Cordylis apparently have very keen hearing.
Yeah,
All right,
apparently.
guys, can I suggest as we walk back, you want to take the path I took down between
Yes.
the pillars? Yeah, let's go.
Okay,
Yes.
you take the safe route back through the portal, back out. You do the pit crawl, and you're back out into the jungle with one extra gross animal helmet,
And-
the mind jammer, as it was referred to in the notes.
And 8 less hit points.
That's right. And Stripta guides you back through the grotto of bones, the bone grotto. And at that point, Bjorn holds up a stop hand and wants to say
I want
something.
to chitty chat with Estripta. Like, where?
Hey guys, what did you find? What were the anti-Theophanites searching for?
The fox mask.
I found a puke-filled fox mask.
Oh, it's a silver full-head helmet. It's interesting. I've seen something like that once before.
Oh, where did you see it, Estripta?
Well, we came here. We used long ships, single-masted long ships. When there's no wind, we all row. DM note to players, kind of Viking style. We use long ships and we hide them. It's fast. We can keep close, hide them under the foliage. But on our way here, we passed a small ship. In common, it's called a caravel, a double-masted, small but fast ship. And yours is called a carrack, a three-masted kind of.
All right, it's not our ship.
Yeah, and it flew a strange flag and a sail, like purple with that, like a head, like those squid statues, actually.
Oh.
And we were close to the coast, so we pulled the boat up, we hid, and we let it sail by. And it was really strange. It was like some sort of light gleam coming off it, and we tried to look carefully as it turned out of the sun, and it seemed someone on deck was had a head made of silver. But now I see that, I realize they must have been wearing a helmet similar to this.
Where was that ship headed to?
We saw it off the coast on our way here, heading further the direction we came, so east along the coast from where you must have landed.
I guess that's our next clue.
You've also, DM note, in case anyone, listeners have just sort of, surfed into this place. You also, Captain Derek on your ship, also mentioned another settlement east of here called Airtalis, the religious colony, whatever. Yeah. One of the two places that he told you about. Although this place didn't exactly check out like he told you, but that's another thing he told you, and that was kind of eastward of here also.
Well, we did get a stash, I guess.
Yeah, but Derek specifically told you that was knights from the realm of the Merchant Kings, not anti-Theophanites. So. But I'm not saying you should trust Derek. You've only just met him, so.
That's the recap. Want to say that if you're a listener listening for the first time, welcome in.
You should have started at episode 1, probably.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Okay, awesome. So Thripter takes you back to the camp.
Cool.
Where you can sleep for the night before you hit your ship. But Bjorn still has questions.
Well, yeah, as Thripter, we were expecting to run into Cordelai or anti-Theophanites. Where might they have all been?
That's a good point. Did you find any others like me inside the cave? You didn't mention. What was in the cave apart from the helmet?
Well, there were, in the cave itself were just many traps. In the dank hole, also, we had to go through a black hole that was in a carved devil's head mouth. Does that mean anything to you?
No, but it's very interesting. Yes, the tracks of my brethren, sort of, I couldn't find them anywhere past there, so perhaps they ended in the bone grotto. It's very confusing to me, but we found the temple. You've been in there. You found the mind jammer. It seems that we will have to make our camp here and then try another direction. We might have to take our leave of you, but you are free to sleep at our camp or return immediately to your ship. It's up to you. So you're at the camp in the river split above the cliff with the two waterfalls. The sun is setting.
Ezra, but you wouldn't happen to have any healing balms amongst your people, would you?
What is a healing balm?
Do lizard people just don't like they like to keep low hit points or something?
What are hit points?
I have a meta question. I'm sorry. How does healing work? Do they sleep and then they regain a certain amount?
Some people can get the 1 or 2 hit points left from a good night's sleep. But if you're wounded, generally you need the spells or the potions.
I'm gonna cast my my cure light wounds on whomever needs it most. Then before we retire.
When you wake up in the morning, you get all your spells back.
Yes, I may as well use them all now.
Yeah. So how many do you have? One more, right? Or...
I have 4 0-level druid spells, which is I can do cure minor wounds just to cure 1 point of damage, so I can cure 4 points with that.
Okay, so let's do that first. Who's going to get those 4 points back?
Well, I have 13 hit points right now.
I have 19.
Okay.
Split?
He can. They're 4 spells, technically. 4 1-point spells. Okay, 2 each.
Yeah.
So, Billicus, let's return to... Give a brief description and sort of doctor's bedside manner, because you have to lay your hands on to do this. So,
well, this is just cure minor wounds.
Yeah.
So I just I kind of do like a wink, and it just like like I do a gun, you know.
Yep. You do that, but for whoever gets cure minor is going to have to be touched. So you're going to have to do your best to not make it weird through your bedside doctor's manner. So who's getting the cure? How many cure?
Both of us are.
No, this was for the 4 points. He used the finger guns and the wink. But you've got 1 cure light wounds, right?
It is, yeah. I have 1 cure light wounds left.
Okay, so who needs that the most?
Well, now I'm at 15. What are you at?
15 out of... I'm at 21 out of 53.
Okay, I'm at 15 out of 29.
Okay.
It's up to Billicus.
You have 15 out of what?
29.
I'm gonna heal.
Okay, so what do you say as you lay your hands on Seyda, a tall barbarian who could murder you easily?
I say, get ready, because here comes some healing.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, you lay your hands on Seyda. How much damage gets healed?
1d8 plus 4, so that'll be 8.
You rolled a 4.
I did roll a 4.
Okay, awesome. 8 points back. Okay, you sleep for the night. In the morning, the Cordylis have moved on.
Oh, they didn't even
say
goodbye.
bye-bye.
No, there's just the smouldering embers. They left a couple of rats on the skewer for you.
Oh, that's nice.
And they have tracked off another direction. Looking out over the cliff, it's amazing. Crystal blue sky, sparkling ocean on the horizon, downriver. The sound of the cascading waterfall, the smell of fresh morning air. The humidity hasn't quite settled in yet. The smell of the ocean, the odd hawk Seahawk circling in the sky, and your ship bobbing on the waters. But what you do notice is a little bit off to the right, to the left, a little bit off to the left, you see a second ship, much smaller than yours, a two-masted caravel with purple sails, appears to also be moored, not sailing, but moored, sort of within sight, but a bit down beach from your ship. It's just right there. There's a second ship there. It's definitely moored. It's not drifting or sailing. It's just kind of waiting. And your ship's kind of waiting. And that's what you see looking out in the morning.
They're close enough so that both ships would have noticed each other, right? It's not like
Yeah, they're in view, but the other one would have to, sail to reach them.
Okay.
They wouldn't be able to see details of it. They'd be able to see the sails and the flag, but the people would be tiny little stick people.
Well, I suppose we're going to have to go back down there.
Double time.
Yep.
Okay, so you are standing on top of the cliff, and what's your general order?
I'm Bjorn, and I'm first, and we are heading to the ship.
The rope is still there. You scale the cliff easily.
Great.
And it's it looks like it's beautiful.
Gorgeous. Lovely.
Yeah. You pick up your rowing launch and you row back down the river out to the beach, and you start heading out into the ocean, paddling back to where your ship is anchored in deeper waters. And you see the crew anxiously awaiting your return, waving to you. You see Derek sort of making hand praying motions, thanking the sky, and they're shouting, "You're back, come on!" And they kind of are also glancing off where you can see the other ship.
All right.
Sort of moored in the distance. You arrive, you climb up, they hoist the boat, the rowing boat, and you are back on deck. And Derek is there. "Oh, thank God you're back. What happened?"
Well, we discovered the mind jammer.
What is it? Is it a wondrous magical item of legend?
No, it stank and I threw up in it.
You threw up into the mind jammer?
I did.
It is some kind of receptacle?
I don't know if that's what it was meant to be, but
It became one.
there's a lot of vomit in it right now.
What does it look like?
The vomit?
The mind jammer?
Oh, it's a fox helmet. Looks like a fox.
Oh, you have two of those things now.
I do.
So you have two mind jammers.
I guess.
I suppose
yeah.
I do.
You're getting a little bit of a menagerie of mind jammers.
Could you wash it in the sea?
Would you like one of the staff to the ship's crew to clean that for you, sir?
Please do.
Awesome. Okay, he clicks his fingers. One of the guys comes over, a young lad.
A young lad.
Comes over and says, "Hello, I'm cabin boy Jim. I was a cabin boy on the ship I was taken from. Now I'm just a deckhand. Would you like me to wash those for you, sir?"
Please do.
Okay.
They're really gross, and I'm trying to keep my wolf from eating the puke that was on them.
Okay. He goes off and takes them below decks. I'm Captain Derek again. Guys, we have a problem.
What's the problem, Derek?
Is it that ship over there?
Yes, our navigator over here has a spyglass. He had a look. It's got the purple sails. Actually, this is the funny thing. It saw us and it just waited. It's been there since last night. We were trying to figure out why it wouldn't approach us, because it's got the purple flag with the squid head, like the people who captured us, that you rescued us from. Then we realized our ship has purple sails and a squid head and a flag.
Yeah.
It's probably confusing them. Either way, they haven't made a move yet, but they're in position, and it's a two-masted caravel. It's much smaller. It doesn't look like they have any more than 15 armed men on there, apart from the crew, and one black-robed priest, but no silver helmet. So it seems like a small crew, but they're much faster than us. I doubt we could outrun them.
Okay, I think I know what we will do. But first, I want to ask Billicus, do you think these anti-theophanite priests who wear the silver helmets, they are capable of doing like a fear spell, throwing a fear spell, and they're calling these masks mind jammers. Can we use these as weapons, do you think? You're adept with some magic.
I will give it the old Druid College try.
I would like you to study these masks a little closer.
You do have in your possession an anti-theophanite Bible that has only been skimmed through.
Oh, you guys have been keeping that from me, sure.
Yeah, why don't you read through it? I can't make head or tails out of anti-theophanite magic stuff.
I'm Derek. That's great, but what do we do about the other slaver ship?
Well, they don't seem to be bothering us right now.
Yeah,
so.
we're going to go take care of them shortly, Derek. Don't you worry. I pat Derek on the head.
Okay, so you're going to, providing the ship doesn't make a move, you're going to have a rest and let Billicus study up that book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll keep watch. Bow drawn.
1 hour goes by, during which the humidity returns, but you're on the ship. Nice, sort of like warm breeze off the sea, the ocean. You can almost see right down to the sandy bottom in these not so deep waters. It's such a beautiful, clear ocean.
Oh, gorgeous.
Looking across to the beach, crystal white beach, the jungles, the misty mountains inland. You really feel like this is a place you could really retire to.
Yeah, as long as we don't go into any more crazy caves with death traps and...
Yeah, and so you're enjoying it. The other ship doesn't appear to be making a move. The crew are getting more and more nervous, though. They keep, nudging each other, whispering and looking at it. Because the last time they met one of those, they all got enslaved.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Billicus, after you spend an hour, you do find a passage referring to this as amongst other things. And it talks about the high priests all wear... now, the Bible doesn't mention mind jammers. It mentions the silver helm. And it says that only the high priests are given them. And you glean that the reason is that the high priests meet the masters, whatever that's referring to. So they would need to wear them. That's all you glean from the book.
It was worth a shot.
You've met one of the high priests before, Agonosphos. The high priests wear them because it in some way protects them against the capricious nature of the masters.
All right, so let's keep these things anyways.
Yeah.
Let's try and get a few more if we're going to have to go fight some masters.
Mm-hmm. Do you guys want to make your way down the beach under cover of dark? Sneakily.
Oh, by the way, this is a viable thing. If they don't make a move first and you don't want to just sail to them, you could wait for it to go dark and...
Yeah, I don't want to sail to them because they're in a much more maneuverable ship.
Yeah,
but we could go
using
there
the spyglass,
as a
you do
crack team.
verify they have about what looks to be about 12 to 15 armed people on board.
They have 12 to 15 armed people, but we have a Seyda.
Okay, so would you like to rest a further night? Here's the thing, if you rest a further night, it means Billicus gets to cast like 4 Cure Light Wounds and then you sleep again.
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Yeah.
All right, we want to wait until next morning, or do we want to attack by night?
Early next morning. Well, it's still kind of...
Okay.
Yeah.
Dawn.
In the inky blackness of the morn.
Okay, well, so you don't move all day, and you reassure Derek not to worry. Do a spot of fishing.
Oh, yeah, that's great.
Off the end. Eat well. Rest well. In fact, let's just start by saying a day of resting, eating well, and with fish and fresh drinking water from the rivers as they, come out the hills, and another night's sleep. You're all going to get 1d4 points back naturally. So, Hjani, 3.
Yes.
Before we even do cures. Bjorn, have you taken damage?
I've been missing 2 hit points this whole time.
Flip the dice.
It's 4, so I'm
Maximum. Seyda?
I get 1.
Okay. Billicus, you haven't taken damage yet,
Nope.
right? Okay. And that means you're able to cast any spells you want before you then rest again and get them back, so...
Dr. Billicus.
That's me. Well, I'm going to start by casting it. How many do you have now?
I'm on 30 of 53.
30 of 53. Okay, I'll cast every Cure Minor Wounds on you. So that's 5.
Okay.
So I'm going to use all my 0 level.
Okay, so Seyda,
okay.
first of all, give yourself 5 points back. Then your Cure Light Wounds, right? So who's the first one going on?
I'll cast it on Seyda again.
Okay, so it's 1d8 plus 4, right?
Yeah.
Okay, you cast Cure Light Wounds.
It's 6 plus 4 is 10.
Okay, so now I'm at 45.
Roll the dice.
It's 2 plus 4 is 6.
All right.
And you still have another 2, right?
I do.
Okay.
And then I have 3 second level spells, and you say I can use those to...
You can downgrade those if you want,
Okay.
yeah. So let's just keep going on Hjani then.
Yeah.
Yep. I probably just need one more.
Roll the dice.
3 plus 4 is 7.
Great. I'm
You're back
fully
to
healed.
maximum hit points. Okay.
Healed.
You're fully healed?
I'm fully healed.
Sounds like you've got a clean Billicus of health.
Hey, nice.
Wow, that's fancy.
No, I've been sitting on that for the entirety of
Yes,
all
like,
of
oh,
this healing
come on,
and
come on.
healing and healing.
I'm still 8 down.
You're still 8 down, and I think I have 2 if I downgrade the other ones.
Okay,
So I'm
let's
gonna
roll
cast
another one.
on you. 7 plus 4, so 11.
Okay, so I'm fine.
Night falls, you sleep, and just as dawn is breaking, one of the crew members, as instructed, wakes you up. It's time to get in your rowboat and enact your plan. Bjorn, what's the plan?